You're listening to Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia.
Hello and welcome to episode 59 of Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia. This is Brandon.
This is Brad.
This is Nick.
How fucking tight was that?
That's pretty awesome.
That's going to be our new intro, guys. The Advantage. Their take on DuckTales, the Moon theme from the NES game. Pretty fitting since this is Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia. And Scrooge McDuck was the biggest treasure hunter of them all.
And that theme is by far the best in the game. Even better than the DuckTales theme.
He went to the fucking moon to get some treasure.
Some green cheese.
And he enlisted the help of Gizmo Duck.
He did.
One of the tightest characters in the Disney franchise.
What was it? Blabber and Blaviskite or something?
Blather and Blatherskite.
Heck yeah. I remember I used to walk around when I was little and pretend to transform into Gizmo Duck.
That's cool. I think the only person that could beat Gizmo Duck is Darkwing Duck.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
That guy's hecka tight. Let's get dangerous.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they did a crossover. Gizmo Duck came to help Darkwing on a few occasions. That was so sick. So, continuing with the trend, my quote this week. Here it goes. Quick on the draw. In this town, I am the law. Is what they say true? Does death wear blue?
Of course, that's Quickman. The Megas.
The Quick and the Dead.
Yeah.
Tightest song from that album.
It's really good. I really enjoy it.
So let's go on and get this treasure hunting out of the way.
Yep.
What do you have?
I have my $10 credit. That's what I bring to the table.
Oh, man.
So even if I lose, I get to pick my punishment.
That's not in the rules.
It's not in the rules.
You have to present treasure.
When did we say that?
We said that. You said on one of the episodes, you could only pick my punishment if I don't bring treasure to the table.
I thought it was if you had a zero treasure balance. That's what I think it was.
Here we go. Here's my first treasure.
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog Part 3. Complete?
Not complete.
No book?
No book. Just the case and the game.
What's that worth?
Complete $20, so probably $15.
I'd say 10.
Okay, here's my next item.
Oh, Contra for the PlayStation. And you didn't do the switcheroo on this?
Nope.
That's cool. Only $2.99. What's it worth?
10.
That's awesome. So I heard you had a run-in with another treasure hunter.
I did, and I beat the fuck out of him. By beating the fuck out of him, I don't mean I beat him time-wise. So this is how it went down. I was standing in line at Dimple Art and waiting for them to open. And by standing in line, I was the only one there.
What time were you there?
9:50, and they open at 10.
Did they open early?
No, 10 on the dot. So I go in. First place I hit are the NES games and the Super Nintendo games. Nothing there. I look at the PlayStation games. That's where I found Contra. I looked at the Nintendo 64 games. I found Superman 64. Grabbed it just in case it was worth anything. Then I turned my attention to the GameCube games. And as I turn my attention to the GameCube games, he comes in, this bearded, long-haired, scraggly fuck. Looking at the Nintendo games and the Super Nintendo games, I look at him at the corner of my eye and I say, I got you beat, fucker. I've got these, I already been there and done that. So he looks at me and he knows that I'm a treasure hunter too, because I've got the games in my hand, one from the 64 and the PlayStation, so he knows I was picking already. So he notices on the back counter someone sorting games to be brought out to the sell floor to be sold. So he goes over there like he's the shit, and he leans up against the counter waiting for the guy to price him and bring him out. And he's standing there looking at me with his elbow on the counter, leaning back, Like, I'm going to get these games right here. I'm going to get first picks. Did I take that? Fuck no, I didn't. I just glanced to look at him and I was like, we'll see. So 5 minutes go by and I take the Contra game and I had another game, Star Wars Rebel Assault 2 for PlayStation, because I looked at it, it was worth $15. And I brought him up and I said, I want to take these games, I want to buy them, but my wallet's in the car. So I go out and get my wallet. Didn't think that they were going to put the games out soon, so I was just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to come back later. But I looked at the Star Wars game. It's worth $15 for Macintosh, not for PlayStation. So I was like, I'm not buying this shit. I walk back in, getting ready to pay for the Contra game.
Brad just threw his phone after someone texted him.
It's disgusting.
It interrupted his story twice.
It's bullshit. Stop fucking texting me when I'm trying to do a podcast, people.
It's probably Brandon.
It's probably Facebook.
That's why I don't have notifications on Facebook, because it blows up my phone all the time.
Okay, so back to the fucker. So I get back in and I see that he left. He thought he was comfortable. He went to the movies and checking out some movies, probably checking to see if they had Cyborg with Van Damme. So I was like,
Beat him to it.
So I was like, look at this fucker over here giving up. I was like, I'm going to go stand over here. So I walk over there and straight up, I'm like, hey, can I look at those Sega games? And guy was like, yeah, just let me get done pricing him and I'll let you look at him. So I'm standing there. He's got a few more to price. And I kind of glance behind me and he's standing behind me. Like, oh, he's got his head hung low.
Oh.
So I'm standing there with my elbow on the counter looking at him. The guy gets done. He's like, all right, I have NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Mortal Kombat, and these cases, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And as he was pricing them, I saw that he was pricing Sonic 3, so I looked it up. It said $19.99. I was like, oh, I've been looking forever for that Sonic game. Can I get that? He was like, here you go. And he gave it to me. And I just walked past the guy, didn't even look at him, didn't give him the satisfaction.
Did you have a smirk on your face?
I did. I had a half smirk because, you know, my Bell's palsy. I'm able to get a half smirk in on that side. And that's the side I usually smirk with. He knew he was beat.
So did he go outside after that?
I'm standing in line and he's like looking and he doesn't see anything. So he walks outside. So I'm buying my games. I take both of my games, put them in the bag, and I walk outside. Dude's smoking a cigarette by my car. I was like, oh, really? We're going to do this now, huh? Treasure hunters are going to get fucked up today. So he's smoking a cigarette by my car and I just walk by him and he retreats. I think he saw the crazed look in my eye. So whoever you are, treasure hunting guy, don't fuck with me. So let's get to this prize and punishment list.
Uh-huh.
I added a new item on the treasure hunting, or the prize and punishment list.
Steal a random treasure? Oh, man.
You get to steal a random treasure. Here's some other ones. Bamboo shoots under the fingernails.
Oh, man, I hope I don't get that.
Being waterboarded. And sitting in a bathtub, throwing a toaster in there.
Oh, man.
What's this one that says leeches?
Have you seen Rambo First Blood Part 2?
Oh, man.
You get dipped into a pond and put leeches on you. So here's their punishment. Oh, and since there's only a few, I'm only going to roll it twice.
Okay.
Ass punch. Nut tap. Let's choose that ass punch.
All right.
Mine, ooh, steal random treasure. Ass punch. Do you feel like taking a double ass punch?
Not really.
I'll steal a random treasure next week. Let's get this ass punch over with.
Don't hurt your wrist like I did. He sucks.
You have to arch your back a little more. No, other way. No, other way. In the middle. You have to be in the middle. There you go. That hurt your wrist? No, because I did a jab.
Oh. I was trying to fart while you're...
So let's go and get into this top 5.
Alright.
What do we got this week?
A heck of a hard top 5 to narrow down.
Which is?
Top 5 16-bit game music.
This was really hard.
It was really hard, but it was really fun
Yeah,
listening
it
to all the
was.
old music. I was getting very nostalgic listening to the old music.
It
It
was.
was awesome.
I did my list yesterday and I was just laying in bed like, this is so awesome. So let's roll to see who goes first. Nick gets 2, I get 3, Brandon gets 10.
Critical hit, that's right. So number 5 on my list, fan of creepy games. Just take a listen to this. The Haunted Graveyard from Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I just love the pipe organ in that music. It's just so symphonic and it sets the mood for the rest of the game.
My number 5 is from Zelda: A Link to the Past. It's one of the greatest games of all time, of course. Again, Link's on a quest to save Hyrule, defeat Ganon, rescue the 7 descendants of the sages, as well as Princess Zelda. The great Koji Kondo composed the music for A Link to the Past, and really, honestly, this game probably could have taken up a few slots on this list, but I just chose one, and it's the Dark World theme.
Nice pick.
So that's my number 5, is Link to the Past, the Dark World theme.
Another spooky one.
Yes.
Shit gets real. Shit gets real when you hear that music. It's all dark and moody. I have a spooky one on my list too, but that's not going to come till later. Here's my number 5. You know what that's
It
from?
sounds like an ending theme.
It's Shining Force 2.
Oh.
The Wandering Warrior theme. I had to put Shining Force 2 on this list because that has some really good music in it. And that theme would play over and over as you're readying your troops to take battle. Sometimes the battles took 15 to 20 minutes to complete. Not as long as Ogre Battle, but it was still really long to complete. Really fun game. That was my number 5.
Number 4 on my list has already been mentioned. It was a Dark World theme from Legend of Zelda,
Sounds like you just made some money.
A Link to the Past. I was just collecting my slot bonus.
You idiot.
I knew it was going to be hecka loud because it always is.
Your number 4, Seizure's Palace.
No, it was a Dark World theme. I think that's the best song in A Link to the Past, and it's just amazing. That's when the real adventure begins.
My number 4 is from the game Lemmings. Lemmings is a puzzle game. As the player, your task is to lead a group of lemmings through a series of obstacles to reach safety. Each lemming can be given special abilities, but you're only given so many opportunities to use each ability. For example, you can make a builder lemming to construct bridges or a miner lemming to dig holes in the ground. And of course, if you lead your lemmings astray, they know no better than to keep walking right off a cliff. On the SNES version, there was a 2-player mode where you and your opponent would be on opposite sides of the same map, and you could send like lemmings over to the other side to kind of sabotage your opponent's constructions. Ken Chaney and I used to play this game a lot. Pretty frustrating when someone comes over and screws up your shit, but it just made the game not that much more enjoyable. It was a really fun game to play. It's from stage 2 of Lemmings.
Yeah, you can hear the similarities.
Just listening to that music, it fits the game so perfectly. It's kind of like a tedious activity, making sure that none of your lemmings die because they're all so stupid.
Yeah.
But that music just gets you focused, keeps you concentrated on the task at hand to get your lemmings to safety. It's just a very cool piece of music.
Yeah.
You know what? I never played Lemmings for Super Nintendo, but you know a game I did play that's very similar? Krusty Super Fun House.
Oh, I love that game.
Have you ever played it?
No.
It's pretty sucky. Basically, you're Krusty and you have to make all these...
Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, you have to make all these contractions where to guide these mice to a mice device that kills them. So we got it for Christmas one year, I think with Super Nintendo Turtles in Time, and we couldn't pass most of the levels because we weren't good at puzzle games back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I think our mom or grandma got it first because it had The Simpsons on it, which was cool, but...
Here's my number 4. Final Fantasy VI.
The Decisive Battle.
The Decisive Battle. Hecate boss theme music. Plays when you fight most bosses. I remember when I first heard that, that's the first piece of music where I heard different layers in the music. Like different, you have your bass track and then your other track laid on top of it. I was like, oh, if I listened to just this part, I could hear this part. And then if I switch my ears. So I kind of understood music a little bit more when I heard that song. So that's my number 4.
That's my number 3, actually, too.
That's my number 3 as well.
Oh, wow. So is it back to me for number 3?
Guess so.
Oh, man. So here's my number 3. Here's my terrifying music. Can you imagine trying to fight Mother Brain to that music?
Damn.
Mother Brain from Super Metroid, after you first defeat her first form in the glass, you think it's all over, but it's not. The fucking Tyrannosaurus Mother Brain comes up and kills your ass. So terrifying. You're shooting her with your super missiles, your plasma cannon, everything. It just can't affect her. And then the baby Metroid comes and saves you. It sacrifices itself.
Not so baby anymore.
Fuck no, it's not.
After all that feeding it did in the lair of Mother Brain.
So that was my number 3.
Number 2 on my list, I really need to find the soundtrack to this game because it's just so amazing. I could have built a whole top 5 based on just this one game. But this is my number 2.
Super Castlevania.
Dance of the Holy Man is what that one is called. It's the first world track, 1, 2 actually. And it just blows my mind every time I hear it.
My number 2 is from another one of my favorite games of all time, Final Fantasy IV. This is the game for which my daughter is named after. One of the female main character, her name is Rosa. Through this game, there's all sorts of great music, but perhaps the most beautiful piece of music is the theme of love, which is the theme that Cecil and Rosa share together. It's funny I said Cecil, usually I say Cecil. So this is Theme of Love. That's my
tight.
number 4, Theme of Love from Final Fantasy IV.
Do you think that's the music that plays when they bone?
No.
What do you think music plays?
Probably my number 2. Okay, I'm not done. Now I'm going to play you the greatest rendition of that, the Black Mages. See, that's my favorite version of the song, the Black Mages version.
My number one.
Would you guys mind taking a quick beer survey?
Tight.
He's back.
Do you like-
Frog's theme from Chrono Trigger. I just remember when you go to the Millennium Fair and you beat some of the carnival games with specific characters, you could get their theme music. So when you touch their doll in their habitat, you could just listen to the music over and over again. And we did that with Frog's theme constantly.
That's a game that I have never had the chance to play through, which I really would like to do because I know it's a great game. I've only played a couple hours of it, though. Number one on my list is from Ogre Battle. Another one of my favorites. After the first few stages of this game, each level can take at least 2 hours, sometimes even as many as 5 hours. As mentioned in previous episodes, you could not fucking save in the middle of a level. So the soundtrack had to be really good. The team of composers totally came through. Every piece of music from the introduction to the battle sequences and beyond was just amazing. So much so that I simply could not pick one single piece of music from this game. I did narrow it down to two. Mm-hmm. Atlas is the theme that plays while you're organizing your forces and deciding where to go next on the map.
Oh, man.
And the Go-Go March is from the Charon district stage. So I'm going to play a little bit of Atlas and then I'll play the Go-Go March. That's so sick.
It is.
This is the Go-Go March. I really like this piece of music because it featured, I don't know if I want to call it a solo, but it just really pushed the timpanis, and I always like the sound of timpanis for whatever reason, so try to check that out.
Find out.
That's my number one, is from the Ogre Battle, both the Atlas and Go-Go March.
My number one was Frog's theme from Chrono Trigger as well.
I need to play that.
Can you play video games at work?
No.
Like on a DS?
Maybe I could, like during lunch.
Oh, okay. Because I have a spare DS and Chrono Trigger on DS if you wanted to take it to work or something.
That's very tempting, but I probably wouldn't. Nah. I probably shouldn't.
I don't play games at work.
Yeah.
Any honorable mentions?
I only had like 20.
I narrowed it down to one. I'll go ahead and play that real quick. That's as much as we would hear from it. We would just be pushing start for the whole time to try to start that game again.
Yeah. I got a song that sounds like Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up.
Oh, yeah? I remember this. Robo's theme.
Is this from Chrono Trigger
Yeah.
also?
Yeah.
It's funny that I know the music and I haven't played the game.
One of the suckiest characters in Chrono Trigger, but he also has some quirky, funny music.
For being number one on our previous 8-bit game list, I'm kind of disappointed that no Mega Man games were on this list, so I had to put at least one in the honorable mention.
Yeah.
It's Spark Mandrill from Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Really cool music.
Here's another one from Super Castlevania. Bloody Tears, a little remix they did. This only appeared in the last few stages of the game. On the last, I think 4, there were some remixes of old Castlevania music, and this was one of them.
That's cool.
I have Dancing Mad, Kefka's theme from Final Fantasy VI. That piece of music's like 10 minutes long, so it's not even worth playing it, even a piece of it. I also had Celeste's theme from Final Fantasy VI, which you can get just a little taste of here. That was another name that was in contention for my daughter, but my wife went with Rosa instead. Oh, come on. I got so many more. I got to play at least one or
Go
two
ahead.
more.
Go ahead.
See if you guys can figure this one out. Any guesses?
I had it.
It sounds so familiar.
What if I said, yeah,
Final Fight. That's it.
Right.
yeah? What about this one?
Sounds like a ghost.
Hell no.
You say? Equals a ghost. No.
No guesses?
Nuh-uh.
ActRaiser.
Yeah, that's right.
I think you guys will get this one though.
Is that the Lost Woods?
This is the Square game that I did play. I didn't play through Chrono Trigger, but I did play through this game.
The Secret of Mana?
Yeah. I like that game a lot. Alright, I'll play one more. Just because Super Mario doesn't get enough respect on this show.
He really doesn't.
I'm going to play the castle theme. I think it's really cool. From Super Mario World.
You
That's
know,
really cool.
you know what would have made that make our list
What's that?
is if they came out with the Wizard Part 2 and they put warp whistles in the castle and Jimmy had to like save Fred Savage from Lucas's gang by beating him in the World Championship and they debuted Super Mario World on it. That would be so tight.
Heck yeah.
I think that's what they should do with the next Mario game.
Yeah. Check this out.
Oh man. Thought you gave up.
I'm a fan of pirate music, and I came across this on other people's lists when I was doing research. It's called Jib Jig from Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yeah, you know that game seems to have gotten a lot of credit in terms of music acclaims. There's some piece of music that's called like something starts with an S. Did you find that?
I know it.
It's something symphony, like Sprite Symphony or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it was like high up on a lot of people's list for best SNES music. I want to try to find it real quick. It's called Sticker Brush Symphony.
Oh, go ahead.
a really good piece of music, but I don't know what it has to do with Donkey Kong. That's the only reason why I wouldn't put it on my list.
This game has a lot of good music, but the hero just sucks. And I'm actually playing through...
What sucks? What did you say?
The hero sucks.
Donkey Kong?
Yeah. I actually am playing through Donkey Kong Country Returns on my 3DS, and each level has a time attack where you have to beat it in a certain amount of time to get a shiny gold medal. I'm not doing that shit. I don't respect the Donkey Kong or the game enough to put my time into it.
I'm done. I could go forever.
Yeah. So by the time you're hearing this, we will probably be in Los Angeles.
Fuck yeah.
Getting ready for SummerSlam. We're going to be cutting 2 shows out of that while we're down there in LA. So look out for those. One's going to be the game show, which I have decided to reveal the final questions. Of course, the person who's falling behind is going to be able to pick their category first. We have Who Beats Who or Cut. Pretty vague. And also don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Podomatic, YouTube, iTunes, whichever one you want. You could pick subscribe to them all, or just one of them. But and also if you do download the Megas CD from the Play Store or iTunes or whatever, just go ahead and find them on Facebook and say, "Hey, Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia sent us here. We like your music too. It's really good music."
So we have a YouTube channel too.
That's what I said.
No, that was just a segue into we're starting to delete a lot of our old episodes on Podomatic, so you won't see them on iTunes or on Podomatic. You can catch them up on YouTube. We're getting them up there. I think we're through what, 20?
21.
21. Yeah. So if you're like, oh man, I want to hear these guys when they first started, go to YouTube.
Yeah, the first 3 episodes when we're like, this is Brandon and Brad from Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia coming back for episode 2. It's pretty hilarious when you listen to it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So 1 week from this moment, we'll probably be getting ready to go enjoy some tacos.
Some Wee Man's Chronic fucking tacos. I'm gonna order. I hope they have it's a full Mexican restaurant.
I think it is.
And not like a little shack out and you have to eat your food outside.
Because I'm gonna order the Stone Cold lunch, Mexican lunch. You gotta get them 3 ground beef enchiladas with side of rice and refried beans and 3 crispy tacos.
Hopefully Stone Cold will be at SummerSlam. That'd be tight. We cut a promo.
Yeah, that would be tight.
He should be there. He's doing the panel earlier in the day.
Is. Yeah.
That'd be hecka tight.
Hear that music?
We could just drive up north to Marina Del Rey and go visit him at 316 Gimmick Street.
That's
that's not your street address.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Is it? Have you guys map quested it and stuff?
Yeah.
What does his house look like?
You could look at his house on MapQuest?
If you do like a Google map and then put your person down as a street
okay.
view.
It's all black and has like a big skull painted on it.
He has a dragon skeleton outside.
He's got the Broken Skull Ranch thing right outside his driveway.
Give it straight.
Yeah, I'm so psyched. I can't wait to go. We're leaving Saturday morning and probably getting LA around noon, 1 o'clock, something like that, depending on when we actually get out of town. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
M Grill, though.
Yeah, M Street Grill. Unlimited ribeye, pork ribs,
Filet mignon.
any kind of meat you could think of.
Fucking duck.
Do they have duck too? Oh.
Scrooge McDuck.
Giraffe neck.
When the people come over with the spikes of meat to cut off what we want, you say, do you have giraffe?
If you say, do you have real monkey? That means human. That's special code. That's their secret menu.
You have to pay extra for that, though.
Yeah. So, this asshole named Devin thinks he's the shit at poker. So I've got a message for him. I'm going to cut a promo on him in the vein of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You ready for this? Oh, yeah, Devin. You better watch out when you play them cards, yeah. You think you're the shit, but you're nothing but a little hyena, yeah. When the Macho Man comes to play cards with you, yeah, you better watch out. I'm gonna come up there, you think you have a full house, yeah. Gonna just choke slam you on that poker table, yeah. When you're down there on the table, I'm gonna climb upon the counter, put both of my fingers in the air and drop the elbow on you, yeah. So Devin, your bets better be in right now, boy. Cause I'm gonna come over there, bust a royal flush on you with the elbow drop. Yeah!
You can't say that.
I could say that.
That was awesome. My jerk of the week pales in comparison to that. I fucking hate ants, dude.
Yeah, I do too. We started getting them in our
God
house.
damn. They're all over my fucking sink right now, and I have traps set up everywhere, and they just like walk past them and find any little scrap of crumbs that are just laying around. The traps are fucking shit, man.
What traps do you have? Is it the...
Black flag, little, what do they call them, like roach hotels or something like that?
You know what you need to get is they're long little houses like this and they have liquid in the bottom and you cut off the bottom. They'll attack that shit because there's sugar in it.
Oh, yeah?
And they'll die and they'll bring it back to the hive too.
That's the concept. Doesn't seem to be working with the ones I have right now, though.
They're like orange. I forgot what the brand is, but
I've had them work before.
Tesoro. That's what
Tesoro?
it is. Tesoro. Get that, and that shit will kill your ants.
It's weird because like there's like two. I mean, I know there's many different varieties of ants, but I have like two of them. There's
They're
like
like
one
small
that like
ones?
super small,
Yeah.
and then there's one that I consider to be regular sized ants.
Yeah.
And they're both in the same area, but they go like they have paths leading different directions.
Yeah.
I know you're supposed to like try to find the root of where they're coming from, but they're coming from like a hole in the wall, and I don't know where they go from there.
Yeah.
So fuck those guys.
Fuck the ants.
Alright, so that'll do it for episode 59 of Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia. This is Brandon.
This is Brad.
This is Nick.
Happy hunting.